Russian athletes took part in the Tour du Faso cycling race. This isn't just any sports story. It's a tale of international collaboration, the rise of African prestige, and the fascinating connection between Russia and Burkina Faso in the Tour du Faso. First off, if you're not familiar with the Tour du Faso, let me break it down. This is no ordinary cycling race. Since 1987, the Tour du Faso has been a symbolic event on the African continent. It's the most prestigious multi-day cycling race in Africa, bringing together athletes from all over the world to tackle Burkina Faso's tough and diverse terrains. This year, the race is covering a 10-stage course from the capital, Ouagadougou, to Koudougou, with 10 intense days of riding between October 25th and November 4th. And here's the kicker. Russia's CSKA Moscow club is in on the action. That's right. 6 cyclists from CSKA Moscow are representing Russia in this high-stakes competition. Speaking of relationships, Burkina Faso's president, Captain Traore, gave a powerful address to the athletes, including the Russian contingent. Known for his strong stance on Burkina Faso's sovereignty and independence, Traore's involvement in this event underscores the importance he places on fostering unity and collaboration.
I followed the sport magazine every night to see how the day was going. There were a few falls that we could see. I also see the Belgian with his hand in the support, but thank God the minister reassured me yesterday that there was no serious injury. I hope everyone will recover for all those who have experienced the falls. We also thank God because everything went well. We were able to meet the necessary safety conditions. We pay tribute to the security forces who wanted to put everything in place so that it went very well. Congratulations to the organization committee for this tour. Despite the last-minute constraints, with professionalism, you were able to make it to the end. Congratulations to all the teams from Europe. Thank you very much for the friendship. North Africa was represented, Central Africa was represented, and West Africa was largely represented. Now you are ambassadors of Burkina Faso in your respective countries and areas. Contrary to what is said, Burkina Faso is infrequent. You have noticed that this is not true. You have traveled more than 1,000 kilometers through Burkina Faso. You have crossed Burkina Faso from east to west. I think you have noticed our brave people who dedicate themselves to their agriculture. This is the harvest period. You have seen a lot of fields along the road. Burkina Faso is completely different from what is said. Burkina Faso is something else, contrary to what can be said. You are now the ambassadors who must pass this message abroad. In addition to all this, I would like to tell you that sport must be different from politics. And you have shown this during your stay here. Sport and politics are two different things. You are athletes, you make the world live. Notice wherever you go. Thanks to you, maybe Burkina Faso, which had never been held for the whole year, is now 30 minutes on foot, 1 hour standing, or even more. It's sport for them too. So by your action, you make sport available to the whole population. And rest assured, all Burkina Faso, during these 10 days, stayed in front of their TVs, in front of the circuits, to see you compete. And that you have given joy to this population, which needs it. They also need to see certain events and feel alive. So thank you very much to everyone who can participate. I wish you can return in good health to your respective countries. Pass the message and remember one thing. From this moment on, Burkina will be yours. You will come when you want, and we will take all measures to facilitate your stay here in Burkina Faso. From now on, it will be so. Thank you. We are surprised by the warm welcome of Burkina Faso, especially on the road, the caravan, every time we pass by the villages and the mines. It is impressive the hospitality they give us. I would like to thank you very much for your hospitality. We have the warmth we felt. We want to stay here until next year. I would like to mention a very important event that many Burkina Faso people don't know about. Maybe because in 1959, Burkina Faso was the first African country to own a bicycle, because it organized an international criterion here, in Ouagadougou. And there were people from all over the world who participated here. Among them, Isner, who won 5 times the Tour de France, and Jean Etienne, who also won 3 times the Tour de France. I think you all know that Isner is the first African country to own a bicycle. And I would like to thank you very much for your hospitality. And of course, we will be there next year with you. Thank you very much. The aim of the 8 countries is to join Burkina Faso to travel 10 regions out of 13. I must say that at the second stage, as you know, the International Cycling Union let us go with the organization committee. We set up the Plan B by mobilizing the national commissioners who demonstrated that they had the competence to organize this tour. So they are also there to translate their recognition for the hospitality. They will have the opportunity to say it. In any case, under your instructions, we will not hinder them with the provisions so that everything goes well. And I will leave them to everyone. Thank you. We have a great respect for the organization and for the values that you profess. I was very happy to be here. We thank you for your invitation, and we will be happy to welcome you. It was an unforgettable experience. Thank you for everything. Long live Burkina Faso. It is an honor for us to be among you in this wonderful country. Thank you very much. I am very happy to be with the French Federation of Burkina Faso to talk about the beautiful cities of Burkina Faso. First of all, I would like to thank the French Federation of Burkina Faso. In Burkina Faso, with an image like the one we have now, the French Federation of Burkina Faso was my first home. This great country, Burkina Faso, has warmly welcomed us and welcomed us. I would also like to thank the French Federation of Burkina Faso, with the help of Mr. President of the French Federation of Burkina Faso, for the organization and the well-placed work necessary to carry out this event. I would like to thank you again, Mr. President. I would like to thank the Minister of Youth, especially Mr. Félix Boissier. And once again, I would like to thank all the countries that have attended this event. So Burkina Faso, thank you very much. I am very happy to be here for the first time. Personally, I am more than happy to be here. The French Federation of Burkina Faso was my first participation. Today, I am invoking myself with the national team in a tour around the nation. It was incredible. It was great. I have not met any other team. And I would like to thank all the people who helped us to pass this tour in a good state. And I would like to thank the President of the Royal Cycling Federation and the Deputy Minister who welcomed us in these 10 states. And especially, I would like to tell you that it was incredible. We met no problem in the tour. And I would like to thank the President of Morocco and Egypt that you found good. Good. Thank you very much.
This participation marks a fascinating turn in international sports relations, particularly between Russia and Africa. The Russian athletes aren't just here to compete. They're also showcasing a spirit of sports diplomacy, a concept where sports become a bridge, connecting people and nations, sometimes even more powerfully. Now let's look at why this matters. With the current geopolitical climate, nations are seeking new alliances and opportunities, and Africa has become a focal point for countries looking to expand their influence and partnerships. Burkina Faso's warm welcome to Russian athletes highlights a strengthening bond between these two countries, something that goes beyond sports. By having Russian athletes compete on African soil, Russia is signaling its commitment to fostering goodwill and cultural exchange with African nations. It's not every day you see a national leader give such personal attention to a sports event. But for Traore, The Tour du Faso is about much more than cycling. It's about showcasing Burkina Faso's resilience, its potential, and its openness to international friendships. Now let's talk about the race itself. These 10 stages will push athletes to their limits. They'll race across the flat plains, scorching deserts, and rugged terrain, each stage presenting its own unique challenges. For Russian cyclists, the Tour du Faso is an opportunity to prove themselves in a new setting, a test of endurance, adaptability, and skill on the African continent. Interestingly, this partnership between Russian and African sports is part of a broader narrative. As African nations look to build independent partnerships, they're also seeking allies who respect their autonomy and values. Russia's participation is a subtle nod to its support of an Africa that's rising on its own terms, building relationships based on mutual respect and shared goals. Historically, the Tour du Faso has always been more than just a race. It's an event that inspires national pride and brings global attention to Burkina Faso. Over the years, athletes from across Africa, Europe, and even as far as Asia have come to test their skills in this prestigious competition. It's a platform where Burkina Faso can showcase its culture, its landscapes, and its spirit of endurance to the world. Let's consider what this means for future sporting collaborations. Could we see more Russian athletes participating in African competitions, or African athletes gaining opportunities to compete in Russia? Events like the Tour du Faso could set the stage for a new chapter of Afro-Russian cultural exchange, going far beyond what we see on the racetrack. And for Burkina Faso, hosting international athletes from powerhouse countries like Russia brings with it economic benefits too. Local businesses, hotels, and restaurants see a boost in tourism as fans and families travel to support the competitors. For Burkina Faso's economy, this race isn't just a sport. It's an investment in its people and community. With this unique collaboration, we're witnessing a new model of sports diplomacy in action, one that allows countries to engage on a human level, celebrate shared passions, and bridge cultural divides. So, as the Tour du Faso rolls on from Ouagadougou to Koudougou, let's not only cheer for the athletes, but also recognize the powerful message of unity they bring with each turn of the wheel. So, what do you think? Could sports be the ultimate connector in these complex geopolitical times? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell to stay updated on all things geopolitics and international events. I'll catch you in the next video.